The lights of New York City glimmered over the Hudson River in the late evening. In a secluded corner of one of Manhattan's most luxurious hotels, a man wearing a dark baseball cap sat, his face partially concealed, waiting with impatience. His foot nervously tapped the floor. This was Tiger Woods, the legendary golfer, trying to keep his identity hidden under his coat. The ornate glass door opened. A woman in a long beige coat entered swiftly, her golden blonde hair cascading gently over her shoulders. It was Vanessa Trump, wearing large sunglasses that nearly covered her face, as though trying to avoid being recognized. She scanned the room for a moment, visibly tense. Tiger Woods raised a hand to signal. Vanessa took a deep breath before walking toward his table, her high heels making soft, rhythmic taps on the wooden floor. The media had already caught wind of something unusual this afternoon. An anonymous tip had leaked on social media saying, "Tiger Woods secretly meets with Vanessa Trump in New York. A relationship full of mystery." That alone was enough to set off a media frenzy. Outside the hotel, a few paparazzi had begun gathering, their cameras ready, anticipating something big. The atmosphere was thick with suspense, as if something explosive was about to unfold. Tiger gave a subtle nod as Vanessa sat down across from him. He managed a calm smile, but the worry in his eyes was hard to miss. Vanessa slowly removed her sunglasses, revealing a beautiful face tinged with anxiety. For a moment, both of these high-profile figures, from two completely different worlds, found themselves in a private meeting that seemed almost too unreal to believe. They both knew that if this meeting got out, it would shake the world. Vanessa softly spoke, her voice barely audible. "Thank you for coming." Tiger leaned forward, his voice steady. "Of course, Vanessa. I need to understand why you had to meet like this." Vanessa lowered her gaze, her hands gently clasped together. "I'm sorry for dragging you into this." She hesitated, then looked him in the eyes. He hesitated, then looked him in the eyes. But I don't know who else to trust." Tiger furrowed his brow at her unexpected familiarity, using "I" and "you" in such an intimate tone. He nodded gently. "It's okay. Just tell me what's going on. I'll listen." Vanessa looked around once more, ensuring no one was close enough. Once satisfied, she spoke with caution. "This involves the Trump family and you." Tiger's eyes widened with surprise. "The Trump family and me." "What do you mean?" The story unfolds further. To truly understand the significance of this mysterious meeting, we need to look back at the turbulent pasts of both Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump. Two individuals who seem to live in completely different worlds, yet whose lives intersected in a fateful way. Tiger Woods, a legend who rose from the ashes. Tiger Woods was a phenomenon in the world of golf. At just 21 years old, he won the Masters in record-breaking fashion, setting the stage for a legendary career that saw him win 14 major titles over the course of more than a decade. He became an icon of success, discipline, and a picture-perfect family life with his beautiful wife Elin Nordegren and their 2 children. But that towering peak came crashing down in late 2009. A mysterious car accident near his home triggered a shocking scandal. Several women came forward accusing Tiger of infidelity. The world watched in disbelief as Tiger's spotless image shattered. Several major sponsors dropped him, and his marriage collapsed. Incredibly, Tiger did not crumble under the pressure. After years of struggles and multiple surgeries, he returned to the sport in 2019. Winning the Masters for the 5th time. One of the most remarkable comebacks in sports history. President Donald Trump invited Tiger to the White House to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom to honor his resilience. On that day, Vanessa Trump was among the guests. She observed from the crowd, offering a subtle smile and nodding politely at Tiger. No one would have guessed that just a few months later, Vanessa would secretly reach out to Tiger for a private meeting. Vanessa Trump, the rose among politics, born into a wealthy family in New York, Vanessa Trump, née Hayden, had once been a model living a life of luxury. In 2003, she met Donald Trump Jr. at a fashion event, and they married in 2005 in a lavish ceremony at Mar-a-Lago. Becoming a member of the Trump family, Vanessa retreated to focus on raising their 5 children, largely staying out of the public eye. Everything changed when her father-in-law, Donald Trump, was elected president in 2016. The Trump family became the center of political and media attention. In early 2018, Vanessa received a threatening letter containing white powder, later determined to be a prank. Soon after, she shocked the world by filing for divorce from Donald Jr., sparking rumors. Did she discover infidelity? Was she overwhelmed by the pressure of being part of such a politically charged family? Whatever the reason, she quietly finalized the divorce in late 2018, officially stepping away from the Trump spotlight. Though no longer part of the Trump family, Vanessa still carried the Trump name, and she knew too many secrets about them. When she stumbled upon an alarming plot involving the Trump family and Tiger Woods, she knew only Tiger could help her uncover the truth. She decided to take a risk and arrange this clandestine meeting. Back to the quiet evening in New York, Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump sat across from one another in the dimly lit bar. The golden lamps above cast soft shadows, highlighting their tense expressions. Vanessa gently sipped her tea, gathering courage before speaking in a near whisper. They're planning to control you, Tiger. Tiger froze for a moment. His heart skipped a beat. He leaned in closer, his voice steady yet concerned. Who? Control me? What do you mean? Vanessa nervously glanced around, then locked eyes with Tiger. The Trump family, or at least some members of it. I found out that my ex-husband, Donald Jr., and some of his close associates have been discussing you. They want you to publicly support my father-in-law in the upcoming election. You know, your voice has a lot of influence. If Tiger Woods speaks out, it'll be a huge boost for their image. Tiger furrowed his brows. I've never been involved in politics, they must know that. Vanessa nodded. Her eyes filled with concern. Exactly. And that's why your endorsement is so valuable. The problem is, they're afraid you'll refuse, so they've been planning other ways to pressure you. Tiger felt a cold shiver run down his spine. After all these years, he hadn't expected anyone to leverage his past to manipulate him. He spoke with a mix of anger and determination. What do they plan to do? Vanessa hesitated, then pulled a small envelope from her purse. She slid it across the table toward Tiger. He opened it and found several photos inside. His face went pale as he recognized the images from years ago, showing him leaving a hotel with an unknown woman. The event had occurred shortly after the 2009 scandal. What had seemed like a harmless meeting back then could now be twisted into something much darker. Tiger had thought no one knew about this encounter. But now, how did they get these photos? Tiger whispered, feeling his throat dry up. I don't know, Vanessa said quietly, her voice tinged with fear. But they intend to use them. This is just the beginning. There might be more. They're investigating your past, trying to find anything they can expose. If you refuse to support them, they'll release these to the media, and your reputation will be destroyed. Tiger clenched his fists. The anger and anxiety burned within him. He had fought so hard to rebuild his life, only to have someone try to tear it all down again. He lowered his voice. Why are you telling me this? You don't owe the Trump family anything anymore." Vanessa's shoulders trembled as she spoke, her voice filled with sorrow. "I don't owe them anything, but I can't just stand by and let this happen. I've seen what you've been through. I watched you at the Medal of Freedom ceremony. I truly admire your strength. I know what it's like to be chased by the media and manipulated by your own family for their own gain. I don't want you to go through that too." Tiger paused for a long moment, absorbing her words. He could see the pain in her eyes, the weariness from her past battles. She wasn't just offering him advice. She was offering him an ally. He spoke softly. "Thank you, Vanessa. I truly appreciate that you've warned me." Vanessa nodded, her relief palpable. "I'll be fine. I've made my decision. Even if they find out I told you, I won't regret doing the right thing." Tiger stood up and placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "You're brave. I promise I won't let them win." Just then, Tiger's phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen. A brief message from his assistant, paparazzi outside. "Be careful." Tiger's heart skipped. He looked up and noticed someone passing behind a potted plant near their table. Someone was watching them. "Damn it," Tiger muttered. He quickly leaned toward Vanessa, whispering urgently, "We've been spotted. The paparazzi are outside. Someone must have recognized us." Vanessa's face drained of color. She gasped. "What do we do now? If they get a picture?" Tiger steadied himself, trying to remain calm. He had been through worse. "I'll head out first to draw them away. You wait about 5 minutes, then take the back exit. My driver will be there. He'll get you to safety." Vanessa shook her head. "No, Tiger, you don't have to do that for me." "Then Tafel Lasker. Salzburg. Some you will be to me." This is just beyond. Yeah, he'll get you to this. He'll get you to safety and do this together. The consequences would be worse. Please, just follow my plan." Vanessa hesitated. The consequence I didn't mable. The cough Tausway and should be said to Rams. Misa was give data and a so just fast. So also ready to face whatever came next. The flash of cameras exploded in his face as the paparazzi rushed forward, shouting his name. His face sees as the paparazzi opens out down. This Tiger. Tiger. Over here, the frenzy intensified. "Are you dating Vanessa Trump? What's going on?" He poker tree sagas. Making his way to the waiting car. The paparazzi followed closely, cameras flashing, cameras fly but closely. Camera is heated. Hey, is there a Meanwhile, at the back exit, Vanessa stepped into the night, moving quickly and quietly, blending in with the crowd. She was led safely to the car waiting for her, slipping away unnoticed. The next morning, news of Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump's secret meeting hit the headlines, plastered across tabloids and social media. New York Post screamed, "Tiger Woods secretly dating Donald Trump's daughter-in-law in NYC." Entertainment and news channels pounced on the story. On a morning talk show, the host excitedly said, "Could this be the latest romance scandal of the year?" Meanwhile, a political commentator on CNN raised a provocative question. "Or could this be part of a political strategy?" Or could this be part of a political strategy? You worry? Tabloids confidently claimed that Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump were in a secret romance. They cited Tiger's past indiscretions, arguing, once a cheater, always a cheater. Always a cheater. Always a cheater. Does any of you? They cited Tiger's past, Indus past. This Tiger's past is past Tiger's past Shah. Take more. Sike, a really serious C5 each. Sham the alternative pay Lisa by Radzi Ross and Tantam. Sec, every gesture, with one saying, look at the way Tiger shields Vanessa. With one dix. Look at her, they little tatered and pandemic things. They've already so romantic. I've been pinch gum beard. I've been look at the way Tiger shields from leaders' infamous affairs. Political theory, always I do is second I die fast. As on the essay, Pontamus to after FRS, a shit envy per princess. Is you accept, see us at the mount, the gods and echoes. Yes. And the so. Several observers point out that Tiger was being courted to become a public figure endorsing leaders. I tell you, I am Tom sells. Thanks. Some speculated that Tiger was being courted to become a pundit. Conspiracy theory, larger scheme to manipulate public opinion during a politically charged time. In the midst of the media storm, those involved remained silent. Tiger Woods' representatives refused to comment, issuing vague statements about private meetings with business partners. The Trump family, likewise, remained tight-lipped. Donald Trump Jr. didn't comment, but a cryptic tweet appeared on his account. Funny how the media spins a blurry photo into something big. Although he didn't name names, it was clear he was referring to the Tiger-Vanessa encounter. As for Vanessa, she disappeared from the public eye, disabling her social media accounts and avoiding public appearances. Her silence only fueled the media's curiosity. Was she hiding something, or had she really just sought advice from Tiger? The big question remained. Why were Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump meeting in secret? Was it a love affair? A political maneuver, or a diversion tactic to shift focus from other scandals? The more people speculated, the more curious they became, and the more the media chewed on every possible angle. The media storm continued in the following days, but behind the scenes, Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump were facing much heavier pressure. The truth they held, the conspiracy to coerce Tiger, remained in the shadows. But those who had ignited the plot were not sitting idle. One late afternoon in New York, Tiger received a message from a senior assistant of the Trump family, requesting a casual meeting. Understanding that he couldn't avoid it, Tiger agreed. They met privately in a secluded room at a suburban golf club. Trump's representative didn't beat around the bush. Mr. Trump holds you in high regard, Tiger, and hopes you'll support his upcoming campaign. Of course, the decision is yours. But, friends should help each other. And sometimes, clearing up old misunderstandings is good for everyone. Tiger understood the implication. He replied calmly, "I think supporting or not is a personal decision. I have always respected the president, but I can't comment on politics." The man squinted. "Pity. Are you sure? I fear the media won't be kind to you if a few interesting stories come out." He pulled out a piece of paper with a photo of Tiger standing next to a mysterious woman from years ago, accompanied by some ambiguous captions. "Last week, someone sent this to our office. It's probably a misunderstanding, but you see, the press likes to spin things." Tiger's temples throbbed. He stared at the man, his voice cold as ice. "Are you threatening me? If I don't comply, this trash will be leaked." The man smirked, shrugged. "I'm just passing on the message. The decision is yours, Tiger." Tiger felt a surge of anger, but he held it back. He stood up, leaning on the table. "Tell him, Tiger Woods doesn't let anyone manipulate him. Whatever they want to leak, let them. I'm not afraid." He turned and walked away, taking the paper with him. The representative stood silent, watching him go. The covert battle of wits had reached its peak. Tiger knew he had just declared war, and he was unwavering. At the same time in New York, Vanessa was facing a tense confrontation. Donald Trump Jr. appeared at her apartment unannounced, his face a mixture of anger and worry. As soon as he entered the living room, he was sharp. "How do you explain this, Vanessa? The press is everywhere, showing you with Tiger Woods. Do you have any idea how this embarrasses our family?" Vanessa crossed her arms in front of her chest, trying to stay calm. "I didn't do anything wrong. Tiger and I were just talking." Donald Jr. shot back. "What were you talking about that you had to hide? Do you think I'll believe that?" Vanessa's face turned red. "I met Tiger too." "Ask for advice." "Advice about what?" he questioned, suspicious. Vanessa took a deep breath, meeting his gaze. "Advice on how to deal with the press after a divorce. He's been through it, and I thought he could help. That's all." Donald Jr. scrutinized Vanessa, looking for signs of a lie. Finally, he scoffed. "Really? I hope so. Because if I find out there's something more between you two, don't blame me," Vanessa said coldly. "We're divorced. I don't owe you an explanation about who I meet. Let me say it again. Tiger and I did nothing wrong." Donald Jr. clenched his fists and turned toward the door. "You better be right. Don't forget, this family won't let it slide if we're embarrassed." The door slammed, leaving Vanessa standing silently in the room, her heart swelling with frustration and determination. She whispered to herself, "I did the right thing. I can't let them control my life anymore." Thinking of Tiger, she wondered how he was doing. That night, after putting the children to bed, Vanessa secretly used a disposable phone to call Tiger. The call was short, but emotional. Vanessa's voice trembled. "I'm scared. They suspect me. What about you? Did they do anything to you?" On the other end of the line, Tiger's voice was calm. "I'm fine. They did come to see me, but it's nothing." "What if they release those things?" Vanessa asked, worried. "Then I'll face it. They won't intimidate me." "Don't worry about me." Tiger paused, then spoke sincerely. "What about you? Are you okay?" "I'm worried about you and the kids." Vanessa choked up. "The kids don't know anything. I'll protect them. It's just, I hate lying. But I can't let the truth out." "I know," Tiger said with a bitter smile over the phone, "at least right now. Everyone is focused on the fake affair scandal, and no one suspects the dangerous truth." He lowered his voice to reassure her. "Don't worry. I'll keep this quiet. The media will forget. As for their plot, I'll figure out how to deal with it. Vanessa felt deeply grateful for Tiger's calmness. She whispered, "Thank you. I'm so lucky to have you." Tiger responded softly, "You're not alone, Vanessa." A long silence filled the line, as if both of them wanted to say more but didn't. "Finally," Tiger gently said, "it's late. Get some rest. I'll stay in touch." Vanessa hesitated. "Okay, take care of yourself. Sleep well, Tiger." "Good night, Vanessa." The call ended, and both felt a warmth mixed with heaviness in their hearts. They knew the real battle was still ahead. The secret of the dirty conspiracy remained buried, at least for now. Meanwhile, the world outside was still caught up in a completely different story. As time passed, the noisy story about Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump faded away like any other scandal. A few weeks after that meeting, the media moved on to new topics. Tiger returned to golf tournaments, focusing on his profession and avoiding discussion about his personal life. Vanessa moved into a new house with her children, far from the glamour of the Trump family. Since this fateful night, Tiger and Vanessa were never seen together again. The subsequent presidential election was fierce. Tiger Woods kept his word and never publicly supported any candidate. Donald Trump's campaign continued without the voice of the golf hero. But no one knew if Tiger's decision had anything to do with that meeting. All of it remained speculation. The story of the strange relationship between Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump eventually faded into obscurity. But occasionally, when someone brought it up, the unanswered questions still made people wonder. What exactly did Tiger and Vanessa talk about that night? Was there a dangerous secret buried? Was it truly a secret affair, or just two people finding solace in an unusual situation? Or was there something political behind it that we never knew? To this day, only Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump know the truth. They chose silence, leaving the world to imagine their own version of the story. And it was this silence that turned their story into an intriguing mystery. The door to the truth remains ajar, leaving a crack for people's imaginations to roam free. Tiger Woods and Vanessa Trump, two names seemingly unrelated, have created a captivating enigma. Their story ends without truly ending, lingering like a question mark. And anyone who has heard it has to wonder, what really happened behind that closed door that night?